Hi guys, I'm here to talk to you today a bit about living on a budget. Life in the UK and all around the world is getting more and more expensive, as we know. Not just food, it's clothes, it's cost of living, it's mortgages, everything. And actually the price of food is going up and up and up, and most of the time our wages are staying the same. And lots of people come to me and say, it's really hard, it is really hard to stay being healthy and eating healthily when you're on a budget. And I totally agree with that. I think it can be really hard. And as many as 60% of people would say that eating healthily whilst on a budget can be really difficult. And supermarkets and shops all brand sort of buy one get one free offers or buy two get the third free, and all of those offers tend to be on unhealthy products like chocolate, cakes, biscuits, alcohol, and they're never really on fruit and vegetables, and that can be really frustrating. Another thing that supermarkets do is by the checkouts they often put unhealthy items. That is getting better, and it will be against the law to do that soon across the board in all supermarkets. But again that can be a tricky area because they'll have buy one get one free on chocolate bars or sweets. So it's trying to sort of limit yourself, and when you go food shopping, a really good idea is to write a shopping list. And on that shopping list, plan it, prepare it, talk to other members in the household, whether that's a house share or a family or kids, and just write down what you want for the week. And sort of, in fact, some people are detailed and write down what aisle it's going to be in, all of the rest of it, and try and stick to that shopping list. Don't go off it, even if you see the buy one get one free offers, because they're rarely as good a deal as we think they are. And also a good tip is to find out, with whichever supermarket you go to, your local supermarket, find out what time of day they put items in the reduced section. Because often the reduced section is full of lots of really good lean, healthy proteins like turkey mince or turkey steaks or fish as well, often reduced. And we can buy those foods at a fraction of the price. And if you're not going to eat it that day, you can always freeze it so it can stay and you've got it for another day, so you've got it in stock. So keep a shopping list and find out when the supermarkets do the reductions. Another good tip is to swap some of the lean proteins or mince maybe that we're having. If you're making something like a spaghetti bolognese, for example, or a lasagna where you might use beef mince, instead of using a whole packet of mince or a large packet of mince if you're feeding a lot of people, just use half the amount of mince and fill the rest of the sauce up with vegetables. Or another alternative is soya mince, which is a much cheaper option, and actually it's lower in fat as well, but still has quite a lot of protein in there. So you can do half the beef mince and half soya mince, or half the beef mince and half vegetables. So it just helps to bulk that sauce out as well. And it's a healthier option, so you can't go wrong. Often people think the taste might be a bit different, but in fact it tastes the same. So it's definitely worth bearing in mind. Another sort of thing to bear in mind is the 5 a day. And we all talk about the 5 a day and how it's the healthy thing to do. 5 portions of fruit and vegetables a day is what we need to keep us on track. And the most expensive way to buy fruit and vegetables is to go into a supermarket and pick up a pre-prepared package. So you see them in there with the cellophane packet, so maybe they might have 3 courgettes in a cellophane bag. That is the most expensive way to buy fruit and vegetables. If you want to cut down the cost slightly, just use one of their bags and put in your fruit and vegetables and pick them out. And that's actually quite a nice way of doing it because you can see which ones are bruised and which ones aren't. You can put them in there, so that would be slightly cheaper. Another cheaper option may be to use your local fruit and vegetable market or your greengrocers. Some places do still have them nearby, and that's another cheaper option. Also, tinned fruit and vegetables count, frozen fruit and vegetables count as well, and you can often bulk buy them and they last for a really long period of time. And by using a combination of the fruit and veg where you pick it in the supermarket or use tins or frozen versions, you can actually get 5 a day for around 80p or less than 80p a day, which isn't too much to ask for when we're trying to eat healthily and live sort of healthier lives. As well, if you live with other people or if you live in house share accommodation, you might want to consider taking a main meal in turn each night. So if you live with maybe 3 other people, rotate it round. That way it's less pressure on you as well, and you just cook one meal in 4. And any leftovers that you have can always be frozen and eaten another day, or maybe taken the next day to work for your packed lunch. So there's a few sort of simple steps just to bear in mind with when you're trying to stay in budget. And elsewhere on the Switch website as well, you'll see budget recipes and budget meal plans too. But make a list, go prepared, try and avoid the bog off offers, the buy one get one free offers. Try and stick to a shopping list when you go. Swap meat for soya mince or vegetables, or go half and half with those, and you'll make it a healthier option too. And opt for frozen and tinned versions of fruit and vegetables to keep the cost down as well. We know it's getting more expensive, and please do feel free to check out the website for the budget meals and plans, just to give you some further tips to help with this.